Hey everyone, Nate here again, and today we're opening up, you guessed it, another Alliance Insight booster box. um, yeah, so if you want to just see the recap, go ahead and skip to the end. It should be bookmarked and in the description for you. You can just see all the highlights of the box. Otherwise, before you do that, if you could please leave a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, second to last one I'm gonna be opening for a little while, or at least until the new set comes out, which I believe is like June. I want to say it's middle of June, but I could be completely wrong with that one. I think it's like June 13th, I want to say. And then I think shortly after that is going to be Duelist Advance. I think it's like a couple weeks after. Let's actually see, 'cause I'm curious. Okay, so yeah, Monster Mayhem is June 13th. Cool, yeah, so that one should be fun. I should be ordering my case soon for that one. Yeah, so excited for that. I think it's cool. I love opening the Battles of Legend sets. They're usually pretty fun to do, or to open, sorry. Yeah, forgive me, my allergies are destroying me recently. I don't know about you guys, but this has not been a good allergy season for me. Been kind of struggling sleeping, struggling while I'm awake. Just, you know, itchy eyes, the whole 9 yards. Itchy eyes, you know, stuffy nose, runny nose. All right. Kind of want to get this in the light a little bit. There we go. NT 8000 Sirius. Chaotic Elements. Hymnir, the Divine Follower. You'd think after opening so many boxes I would know how to say this, but I don't. Moissanite and Philia Regis, which I think we ended on in the last box, so that's kind of funny. Yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed all the openings for Alliance Insight. I've been doing my best to make them not as stale, but to be honest, I feel like after a certain amount of time, each new set is going to get a little bit stale, especially if you're opening so many boxes. So, still debating what I want to do with that, with the new sets, but let me know what you guys think. Would you rather me just open like, half a case or a full case in one video and just rip through them, maybe the first box, show all the commons off and stuff like that, and then just rip through the whole thing and then wait till the next set? Or would you prefer I split it out a little bit? Let me know. Evil Hero Vicious Claws, Genesis Dragon, and a Toxic Boxfish on the Super. Maybe on Friday's video, since it's the last one for a little while, I'll switch it up and I'll do like Stampede versus Alliance Insight. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that. Newest set versus oldest set kind of thing. Curse of Diabel, Wicked Serpent Knight Dragon, Razio Mass Driver, and a Firewall Saber Dragon for the Super. There he is, the giant Crackhorn. And there he is, Dippity. Okay. Hope you guys are having a good week so far. Legendary Lord, Six Samurai, Kaizen, Wicked Serpent Knight Dragon, Curse of Diabel, Melt Through, and Gordian Slicer for the first secret. Okay. It's a pretty good one. I love that it's just like a giant sword coming through the earth. The effects on this is kind of crazy. Beautiful looking card. Yeah, so just a heads up, this will be my last. I know I kind of said it already, but this will be my last. Not my last, but this week will be my last opening, I guess, for a little while. Waiting until Monster Mayhem. Next week I'm actually going on vacation, so definitely no uploads next week. I won't even be close to Yu-Gi-Oh packs. So, yeah, taking a long needed rest next week from work. Mitskiri Sacred Boundary, Regenesis Dragon, Curse of Diabel, Here There Be Dragons, and number 69. Nice. I get this guy all the time, or at least of recently I've been getting him a lot. If you missed my last video, go ahead, go watch that. Yeah. Got a couple number 69s. Or was it one? It might have just been one, actually, but it was a big one. Hint, hint. I've noticed that, like, these tokens have been popping up on, like, the tcgplayer, like, prices. I'm wondering if I should go by Walmart and see if I can grab some of those boxes. Maybe I'll do, like, one more video next week or something. Just opening those. Moissanite, Ryziel Mass Driver, Wicked Serpentine Dragon, and Flash of Heraldry for the Super. I love this, like, Link Karibo card. It's not Link, but I guess it's an Ignister Karibo card. It just reminds me, I guess, of Link Karibo. Which upcoming set are you guys most excited for? I think for me, it's definitely the Monster Mayhem one that's coming up. I really like the little chibi arts, and I think they're bringing back some reprints of some much needed cards. Duelist Advance is shaping up to be pretty nice as well, though. Melt Through, Eternal Sunshine, Kaizen, Heraldic Beast Stadwell, and okay, Live Twin Leela Sweet. This one took me like more than half the case to even get one, I'm pretty sure. Not more than half. It was probably about half to even get one of these ultras. I believe it was the last ultra that I got. So, speaking of which, I have been selling a little bit more of my cards, I guess, from like the openings. So I'm hoping to get a PO box eventually, just so I can start doing, like, I know I've mentioned this a couple times, start doing giveaways, maybe link my eBay account so that you guys, if you want to pick these up, you can. Tiki Feast. But yeah, I just haven't gotten around to doing the whole PO box. I got vacation next week. It's a very busy time at work, so, you know, bear with me here. I'll get there. Here There Be Dragons, Evil Hero Vicious Claws, and a White Witch of the Forest, ultra rare. It's another good one. This kind of looks similar. Am I crazy? Maybe not. Maybe just same coloring. That's a good ultra. We've gotten, wow, I think that's like 3 ultras in a row, or is it 3 and 4? 4 packs? Either way, it's a lot. Because you only get 4 in a box, generally. I should say generally, because I think I did have one box where I got 5. But yeah. Anyway, I think once I get the PO box going and some giveaways going, I think that this channel is going to explode. So, because obviously you're asking for the giveaway, you know, you got to be subscribed, you got to leave a comment, like. So once I start asking for that, I think that the channel will blow up a little bit more. Heraldic Beast Stadwell, Kaizen, and Argo Stars Giant Slaying. Or maybe I should start putting the cat in the videos more. People love him. He's been kind of poking around here. When I was getting ready for the video, he was already up on my desk. He's just preoccupied with the pack wrappers down there right now. Alright, we got Eternal Sunshine, The Spotless Mind, Philia Diabel, Regenesis Warrior, Sidekick, and Poplar of the White Forest. Or as I like to call him, Kindred from League of Legends. That's what it looks like to me anyway. He really likes these pack wrappers. Mitsugiri no Mikuwosu, Philia Diabel, the Divine Follower, Sidekick, and Abduction. Once again, this dude just looks terrified. It's a scary thought, honestly. You know, just walking down the street, all of a sudden you just get whoosh, sucked up by a UFO. Have they done? I'm sure they have. That's the stupid question, but I was going to ask if they've done like an alien archetype. I'm sure they have. Well through. Sinful Spoils, Sanctification. Steamed Sabersaurus. Tensei Ryuji, and Flash of Heraldry, another for the super. I wonder, I mean, I'm sure I've gotten all the supers in all of the ultras. I know I've gotten all the ultras, so I'm assuming I have all the supers. I don't know if I've gotten all the secrets. He's really going at that wrapper. Sorry about that. Philia Diabel, the Divine Follower, Moissanite, Tiki Piece, and Mitsugiri no Mikoto Aramasa. There it is, Dippity. The lid must never be opened no matter what happens, guys. Don't open the lid. You don't want to unleash that creature into the world. I love their descriptions of the like normal cards like that. Chaotic Elements, Sinful Spoils, Sanctification, Fish and Bids with the 7 colored fish on there. What's this one in the middle? Looks like a 7 colored fish, but there's something wrong with it. Huh. Sirius XFM Radio and Regenesis Code. Follow the code. There he is, the Corn Kraken. Another Dippity. Getting a lot of him today, I feel like. Steamed Sabersaurus. Crimson Firewing Pegasus. Here There Be Dragons. I really like the light and dark on this. It's very cool looking. Eternal Sunshine and Eldrixer of the Glorious Golden Land. Man, I gotta remember to take my Zyrtec before I go outside today. It is rough. I actually woke up because of my allergies. It's the first time in a few days. I didn't take any Benadryl or anything last night. Regenesis Warrior, Ryuji Anba, Mitsugiri Sacred Boundary, Mitsugiri no Mikuwosu, and Argo Stars, Fierce Parth with, oh, look at those. Some crazy lines on that one. Oh, and down here. It's kind of hard to see that one. I'd say the quality though has gotten like a lot better compared to like some of the first few boxes I opened, which were, I'd say like pretty much like 75% of the supers were just print lined up. Eternal Sunshine, Sirius, Genesis Dragon, Steam Sabersaurus, and no way, a third Malice P March Hare in the case. That's, wasn't expecting that. That's that's a good one. That is a good one. I officially have a playset, but I don't play. Very nice card. This has been a, you know, pretty good box opening, to be honest. Considering like we haven't gotten a QCR or anything. Pretty much gotten value out of this box. Which is impressive, this like with all the prices crashing right now. Steam Saber Source, Curse of Diabel, Crimson Firewing Pegasus, oops, Mitsukiri Sacred Boundary, and Heraldic Beast Griffin. Yeah, it's always funny to see like all the prices crash like crazy, and then someone finds like some insane tech with like a card from a set, and then all the prices like shoot back up. I've said it before, but the Yu-Gi-Oh market is pretty wild, especially with like the highest rarity cards being sought after for like play sets, because they don't have like a like for example, Pokemon has like illustration rares or SIRs, which you don't need to play the game, but like for example, Magia was only in QCR for a while, which is why it was so expensive, because everyone needed it if they wanted it for like a Blue Eyes deck. Philia Diabel, Sidekick, and Mitsugiri no Mikoto Aramasa. And this one has some, this one's got some lines too, some print lines as well. So maybe this is one of the boxes I shuffled to the back of the case, kind of following the early box trend of print lines. But yeah, I think it's interesting that Yu-Gi-Oh does that. Like they don't have like a specific like, for example, let's say like Backup Ignister or the March Hare had like a, not a higher rarity, but I guess like a full art or something like that, you know? Like people would go nuts for that in terms of like collectors. But I don't know, I think people play the game a lot more than some of the other TCGs. Like for example, Pokemon, I feel like most people just like collect. I wouldn't even say like the majority are players at this point anymore. They're either like scalpers or like, you know, they're just in for the money or collecting, which like, you know, it is what it is. But Ryoji Anva, Regenesis Dragon, and Sakura Vendorage for that super. They also just print a lot more than Yu-Gi-Oh, to be honest. Let's be real, it's not, Yu-Gi-Oh is not nearly as popular. It's still very popular, but just not as crazy as Pokemon. Regenesis Warrior, Sinful Spoils Sanctification, Crimson Firewing Pegasus, Wicked Serpentine Dragon, and AI Connect. Which is, to be honest, partially why I kind of moved into opening Yu-Gi-Oh. They're generally like cheaper boxes. You can make a lot more videos out of them. I don't have to worry too much about paying like scalper prices or anything, unless I'm opening like later boxes, but that's not really a scalper at that point. The market's just gone up because they don't print enough. Here there be dragons, Moissanite, Regenesis Warrior. Oh, and we're gonna skip right to it. Red Eyes Metal Claws Dragon. That's a sick one. Yeah, I think like the life cycle of a Yu-Gi-Oh set is, you know, this is just a guess, but like 6 months, 7 months. By that point, most of the boxes are already like off the market if it was a hot set. If it's not, then the prices kind of come down pretty drastically. Like if people aren't opening them, they'll like shoot down in price. Like for example, Duelist Nexus was like, I don't know if it still is, like $40 a box, which is insane. Legendary Lord, 6 Samurai Kaizen, especially since there's still like QCRs in there. Like you could buy a whole case for like, I don't know. I don't know exactly the pricing, but I think I saw one for like $400 or $500 for an entire case, which is kind of nuts. Like you're guaranteed to get like 2 or 3 QCRs out of that. And the QCRs aren't all like really bad value, you know? There's a couple that are pretty expensive in there. Melt Through, Mitsugiri no Miku Wosu, Mitsugiri Sacred Boundary, and a Dragolithia Kunzite. Kunzite, something like that. Okay, last pack. And we do have an Ultra in here. So let's I'm curious, which one are we gonna get? Can we get another backup Ignister? That'd be nice. Let's see it. Heraldic Beast Stadwell, Sinful Spoil Sanctification, fishing bids with the 7-colored fish. Sirius. And okay, we got Eclipse Dragon Ruler of Catastrophes. Such a dark card. It's very difficult to even see like what's going on here. I just see a giant dragon. At first I thought he had 6 or 4 arms on each side. I think those are just wings. All right. I'd say overall pretty good box. You know, all things considered. No complaints on my end. All right, let's do a quick recap. You can see it all on the screen right now, but you know, I like to do the little recap. It's nice. You know, allows people to just skip to the end because I know not everyone wants to hear me yap. They just want to see, okay, what can I get in a box, you know? So for the ultras, we have Eclipse Dragon Ruler of Catastrophes, which we just pulled. Number 69, Heraldry Crest Dark Matter Demolition, the DMM. Witch of the White Forest, I've been getting this a lot. And Live Twin Leela Suite for the ultras. For the secrets, we got the Gordian Slicer. And we did get another Malice P March Hare. If we get a 4th one, I'm going to be pretty shocked because I think you're averaging like 2 to 2.5 of these a case. So anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate you all watching as always. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you want to see it grow. I know it'll grow once I start doing like giveaways and all that, but I just haven't gotten around to getting a PO box. So yeah, anyway, if you want to see the channel grow, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload. And other than that, I will see you on Friday. Have a nice rest of your week. Bye.